Recently, my husband was asked to go under a re-examination for his company's health checkup. I suppose this is what happens when you enter your late 40s. Maybe we need a full medical checkup instead of just an annual health checkup. John, my husband, has a chronic disease, and I've always been worried. I'm Lisa. I've been married to John for 20 years. Our only daughter, Dana, has turned 17, and she's applying to college this year. Despite all the ups and downs over these 20 years, I was relieved to see our daughter grow this old enough. I have kept my family together while working part-time at a bakery in front of a train station. And because I was worried about John's health, I've been mindful of our meals, choosing low salt, low oil, and healthy ingredients while cooking. I thought we still had our whole lives ahead of us. But John disregarded my feelings and acted a fool. That was what happened one evening. John came home early. What happened? You're home so early. I ate too much during lunch, and now my stomach is upset. He wasn't speaking in his usual aggressive tone. Because John has a chronic disease, I thought about taking him to the hospital. But he said, I'll be fine after a little sleep. Just let me rest. So, I decided to wait and see. And after 3 hours, something seemed off with John. John was panting, struggling to breathe, and complaining of pain. Are you okay? I decided to take him to the hospital right away. He was laid on a bed in the treatment room, and a nurse came in. The nurse was surprisingly heavily made up. Are you all right? I'm going to take your blood pressure now. How high was your fever? It was 99.3 degrees. 99.3. Got it. The doctor will be right here with you. And as she was checking John's pulse, the nurse asked him, Does it hurt anywhere? Her eyes sparkled as she said this. She seemed more like a cosplay stripper than a nurse. As I felt a sense of unease, the primary physician arrived promptly. John had to be admitted for further testing, and then the doctor informed us of the results. Apparently, he was on the verge of developing a stomach ulcer and was sternly warned of overeating or excessive drinking. Just as I had feared, it seemed his body was crying out in distress. When John had calmed down and his pain had eased, some of his coworkers came to visit him in the hospital. I rushed to a store nearby to get some drinks for them, and upon returning to his room, I heard some laughter. I only saw his male colleagues come visit him, but I heard a woman's voice. Upon listening more closely, I realized it was the same nurse from before. We should go camping. It's great to clear your head and breathe in the mountain air. Let's all go together, boss. I can borrow my dad's car. I heard that camping empty-handed is a trend now. That's right. It's called glamping. They provide everything, from food to equipment. I'll come along, and it would be a great rehab. That sounds great. Let's go after I get discharged. You're quick to make decisions. Way to go, boss! What are you talking about? I see. Everyone loves you. I was taken aback. The idea of a patient and a nurse planning to go camping while he's still hospitalized. My husband is in the wrong too, but I couldn't understand what the nurse was thinking. He's strictly been told to not binge eat and drink, yet he's going off camping? Unbelievable. I pretended not to hear, entered the room, and handed some drinks to his colleagues. A few days later, John got discharged. He had fell in love with the young nurse while he was hospitalized. I kind of knew this, so I wasn't surprised. You leave this house! With my pleasure, but don't call me even if anything happens later. I happily granted his wish for a divorce, and so taking Dana with me, I left the house. But Dana seemed upset. What's this all about? Just telling us to leave without no heads up? What is that grown man even thinking? Well, he's always been like this. But I do feel somewhat relieved. No way! I'm not forgiving him. He used you, like a housemaid, cheated on you, and brought up divorce. We can't let this slide. Let's get back at him. It's okay. No need for that. He will see hell very soon. Huh? Mom? Have you already planned something? Not exactly. I don't think of him as my father anymore, and I'll never see him again. He really gives me the creeps. What's with that man? Pisses me off. I'm sorry it has to come to this. But you know, Dana, the only thing I'm grateful to your father for is you. I'm so glad that you came into my life. Mom, you don't need to be grateful for that. He's the absolute worst. And he deserves to go to hell. I despise him so much. And then, half a month after the divorce, I got a phone call as I was arriving at my bakery for work as usual. It was Anna, the nurse who my ex-husband cheated on me with. Anna wanted to meet after work, saying she had something to discuss. I reluctantly agreed to meet her. When I arrived at the cafe we'd agreed to meet at, there was Anna in a flashy outfit. Hey, don't mess with me today. Do you know why I had to come and meet you? Well, you haven't said anything, so I don't know. Quit playing dumb. You left after the divorce, but why are you selling the house now? You can't do this. Take down the sale now. Immediately. I think you've misunderstood something. I was the one who bought that house. Oh, did John not tell you anything? Huh? What do you mean? Oh yeah, he never shares anything that'll make him look bad. Before we got married, my parents died in an accident and I received an inheritance. I used that money to buy that house. Therefore, it's not part of the marital assets, and it's mine. Huh? So, you mean John doesn't own a house? That's correct. I wonder if he told you that he owned the house. I don't think it's possible for him to buy a house at his age. So, we're going to be living in a rental forever? I didn't know. He said he was going to sell the house and buy a high-rise condo. He lied to me. Well then, he's nothing but a broke old man. I sympathize with you. But you're married, aren't you? And you even have a child. I'm going to hold you accountable for this. I have filed a claim for damages. I think your husband will be filing for damages soon as well. Huh? My husband knows about this? Of course he does. Cheaters always get exposed in the end. He said he would claim child support, as well as damages, to make you pay for this. What do I do now? It seems that Anna's plans didn't go as she had expected, and she was deep lost in dark. Although I didn't mention this at the time, on the advice of my lawyer, I sent a certified letter to my husband's company regarding his affair. His company goes by a philosophy that a man who can't protect his family can't protect their company either, and thus only those that have a peaceful family are promoted. If they find out that his affair was the reason for our divorce, he will certainly be taken off the promotion track. He's been working hard to be recognized as a great worker to secure a promotion, so this will be a huge blow to him and ruin everything for him. Moreover, the director of the hospital where Anna works is Anna's father-in-law, who seems to be a well-known figure in the medical community. He's always disliked dishonesty, though it's almost certain that her divorce will be unavoidable. Apparently, Anna had been determined from the start to marry a doctor, which was why she became a nurse. Once she got what she wanted, she was only concerned about herself, and sought a joyful life. That's what led to her affair. She got married to a doctor, and her dream came true. But she ruined it all by having an affair. I have no idea why she even went down this track. I was aware of Anna and my husband's affair from the time I was at the hospital. The day my husband was admitted, I happened to run into a nurse in the hallway, Tina, an old friend of mine, and we were both surprised. I didn't know that Tina was here. I felt relieved knowing she was there, and we had dinner together after a long time. Tina told me about Anna's affairs, and I was shocked to hear about such a scandalous nurse. However, I wasn't concerned about her having an affair with my husband, since he was already 47 years old. I couldn't believe he would have an affair at this age. But 2 days later, Tina told me that they had already started having a relationship. Thanks to Tina, I was able to brace myself for the worst. So, when my husband told me to leave, I thought the time had finally come, and I agreed to the divorce without hesitation. The only thing I could get from a man with no property, no cash, nothing at all, was alimony. I had made up my mind to start a new life, and I was able to sell my house for more than I expected. I could even afford to buy a new condo. I felt so refreshed and was satisfied with my new life with Dana. That's when I got a call from Anna. I'm screwed. Help me, please. I can't stand not having everything for myself. That's why I wanted to make John mine, but I never intended to leave my husband. I finally got my long-desired doctor. So, what? I don't understand how that leads to an affair. You know how things can be tempting at times, right? My husband was always studying to become a doctor, so he didn't know how to have fun and was boring. So when I met John, who knew how to enjoy himself and was reliable, I got tempted to have fun with him. I'm sorry, but I want you to talk to my husband. If it's money that you want, I'll pay you enough. Huh? Why would I talk to your husband? Please, tell my husband that there's nothing between John and I. Let him know that John was the one flirting with me, and I did nothing wrong. I'll just act like I was troubled by it all. Please help me out. Can you please do something? Huh? What are you talking about? My husband is stern on getting a divorce from me, but I don't want to divorce him. I'll give John back. So please help me. I'll pay you a good amount if you do. Please help me. Anna seemed to be truly in distress, pleading to me. I couldn't help but laugh inside. She thought she was stealing my husband, but at the end, she had her life stolen by me. Then it was that night. I got a call from my husband. You! What the hell have you done? Selling the house and demanding compensation? You're taking it too far. Didn't Anna tell you? What? Why are you bringing her up? She has nothing to do with this. I met with Anna today after she reached out to me. What? It's my prerogative to do whatever I want with the house since I was the one who bought it. You don't have to be so livid. If we lose that house, I have nowhere to stay. We're divorced now, so we're not related anymore, right? We were married for over 20 years. Who was the one that betrayed their partner and cheated again? I told you not to call me even if anything happened, because I don't care. Dang it! Quit rattling! Revoke your sale immediately! I'm going to hang up if that's all you have to say. It's none of my business. You have some nerve. Fine. Anna is a nurse, so she has a good salary, and she's way younger than you. Old hags like you are trash anyway. Well, that's too bad. But Anna called you broke garbage, too. What? Don't you dare! And Anna, she better watch her mouth. I filed for compensation from both of them. This was the result of talking to Anna's husband, another victim, just like me. Anna's husband seemed to have noticed, and was apparently preparing for divorce. A mutual deception called infidelity, where each party seeks for others' money. There's no way such a relationship could work out. Although I knew this from the beginning, I didn't do anything about it, and nor did Anna's husband. We were delighted to let these villains free to mess with each other. But I was constantly amazed by the tenacity of those two. My ex-husband, John, had called Dana. The phone rang incessantly, so Dana had no choice but to pick it up. What? Stop calling me over and over! You finally picked up. Dana, are you okay? How's school? Are you eating properly? How's college applications going? John was asking Dana things he had never asked before. Dana put the phone on speaker, so I could hear it too. Stop bothering me! That's not a way to talk to your dad. Huh? You're not my dad. You abandoned me, remember? What are you talking about? I didn't abandon you, Dana. Let me guess. Your mom told you that, didn't she? I'm almost 18 now. I am aware of what's going on. Dana, let's live together again. Life without you is lonely. Have you lost your mind? What are you saying? You're the one who cheated on my mom and left us. I'm not calling someone like you my dad. I'll never forgive you. We're no longer family, so stop calling. Dana, are you going to abandon your dad? How many times do I have to tell you? You're the one who abandoned us. Don't call me just because your mistress dumped you. You've always been like this. It was so hard to watch Mom suffer. You're so full of yourself. You only have your interest in mind and nothing else. I'm so fed up with you. Don't say that. Please, help me. I'm all alone. If you forgive me, your mom will too. Your mom should just come back. Her ego's stopping her from coming back. She can't live without me, Dana. Please, help your mom out. Please, Dana. Shut up! Mom finally started to smile again. She's happy now that she's free from you. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to block you. Dana! Hold on! Dana! Dana! Dana was so angry, her face was beet red. She spoke up for me, with all her might. I felt my daughter's growth. I felt that Dana had grown up to be a young adult now. Once Dana starts college and gets a job, my life as a single woman will begin. It may be lonely, but I still think I'll be happy. I am convinced that my decision was not a mistake. Later, Dana got into her first choice, and we both cried tears of joy. I was simply happy that Dana's hard work paid off. Of course, we didn't tell John anything. Rumor has it that John voluntarily resigned from his company. Well, there was no point staying anyway. Anna is said to have divorced and moved to another hospital for work in order to pay alimony and child support, and she dumped John. However, due to her flirtatious behavior towards male patients, she didn't last long there. There's no way Anna would be interested in John, who has no money. John is out of work, and I have no idea what he's doing. I was offered an office job at the hospital by Anna's husband, and I am now working there as a full-time employee. My life is stable, and I can afford to pay my daughter's college tuition. Soon, Dana will also have her own family. I truly pray for Dana to get married